and welcome back to Controversial Minds, the online debate show where we discuss topics that are relevant to you. Today we're going to be discussing whether you would feel comfortable or whether you would continue to see somebody if your family didn't like them or if they didn't like your family. Okay guys, so what do you think on the topic? Would you, wouldn't you? Any comments?
It depends, because that's quite a wide question, I suppose, to ask. In what way? Is it all of your family doesn't get on with your partner? Is it one, is it just your sister or your brother or your mum that doesn't like them? Why don't they like them? Is it a valid reason, or is it just, they personally just don't get along with them? Because if the person that you're with treats you well, respects you, looks after you, and is loyal, would you really give them up just because someone in your family doesn't particularly get along with them?
I suppose it also depends on whether you're close to your family, because some people ain't close to their families as well and don't respect their family's opinions,
Well, I'd say I'm pretty close to my family, but I think I'm level-headed enough to know whether that person is the right person for me, respectable, or even good enough to introduce to my family, I suppose, in that way. I'm not saying good enough as in you have to, but there's certain things that you look for in a partner, and you would also have that in mind with your family. It's not your foremost reason for dating someone, but that there's certain people that you've probably dated in the past that you might have thought, I can really take you home to introduce you to.
Why did you look at me like that, Pam? I couldn't really take you home.
I
look straight in my face like, how will you take you home?
Yeah, I'd never take you home.
I'm just pointing at you. I'm just saying.
Let me have my pillow. No, shrink it down like that. Just imagine. Let's do a case scenario, innit?
Okay.
So, me and you're dating. Don't get excited now. Me and you're dating, and it's the mum and dad. Let's keep it mum and dad, innit? So it's not don't worry about brother, sister. I think really most importantly, it's mum and dad, innit? Like if I'm gonna bring home a girl, I like my mum, because the mother-in-law, and that mother-in-law thing. I didn't know it existed. It actually exists. I didn't know the mother-in-law problem and the father. It's a problem. So if I can bring home a girl and my mum, they can get along, then that's where the situation is. But
so if they didn't get along, but you loved this girl off and you knew that she was the best thing that's ever happened to you. Yeah. She was loyal, she was good, you were attracted to her, you'd do anything for her.
Not everything though.
Well, not anything, but you know what I mean.
If you're on a Regiment Cliff,
you rate her highly, and your mum just didn't like her. Maybe I've been in that problem. I don't know.
I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation, but the thing is, you know what it is? And I'll be honest, because I'm trying to please my mum and I'm trying to please my girl. And the thing is, my mum's like, she's my mum, innit? And then this is my girl, innit? Like, and there was a case, I'm gonna lie, I'm exposing it, but there was a case where my mum cooked Sunday dinners. Like every Sunday, she's cooking Sunday dinners, standard. And then I've moved in with my girl and she cooks Sunday dinners. And my mum still.
Who do you go to?
No, it's not even that. I live with my girl, innit? So my mum expects me to go to the house. You get what I'm saying? But my girl already cooks. So there's a case when my mum told me, yeah, you come around for dinner. I said, nah, mum, I'm here. She goes, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to bring the Sunday dinner to you. Now I didn't see that more. I was like, bare food. My girl's like, bare drama. Like I didn't know why she talked to me. I got the back attack. I don't know if you know about the back attack, where you're in the bed and then she just. You get what I'm saying? That one there and just bare back. So it was a kind of thing of I had to learn to cut the umbilical cord, and make a decision. You have to make. Sometimes you have to make some cool decisions in your life.
So one second, what did you go with then? Did you
cut my umbilical cord?
So yeah, alright, because the thing is as well, sorry, Asia, but a lot of mums don't ever think any chick is good enough for their son. So when it comes to that, it means her son's never going to have anybody, because if he's going to every time, oh no, my mum didn't get along with you, so you're not good enough, when they're going to be single forever, innit? That's what some people need to realise, because when we were discussing this the other day, most people were like, no, if my family don't like them, then I'm not going to. But a lot of these guys, like, I don't mean to, use a stereotype, but a lot of African women I know don't think, or even a lot of old school women just don't think anyone's good enough for their sons.
True, no, it's true.
And the thing is, at this place where I was, most of the people were Africans, and they're like, well, no, if my parents or family don't like them, then they're not going to be good enough. So when is anyone ever going to be happy?
Well, that's why you got to cut their umbilical cord, innit? Cut it.
Exactly.
You get me? I got to let go and say, Mum, no, don't bring round the Sunday dinner. So, and since I've done that, it's built a stronger relationship with me and my girl. But then my mum understands me much better now and respects me. And I think what I was trying to do is keep too many people happy at one time, and my spirit was getting pulled in different directions. And I think once I've done that, I made a decision that, they respected it. That's it.
Easier.
You gotta go with your heart at the end of the day. I guess it's all about what you want to do. It's not really about your parents anymore after a certain period of time. They've lived their life. It's what you want to do for yourself.
What was you going to say before? Sorry, when I cut you off. You've forgotten, haven't you? I'm so sorry.
Libby, innit? That's Libby. Not like you. It's not like you. No, but alright. So, what is alright?
But
So,
what if your mum just hated your girlfriend and did things? Have you ever seen Monster-in-Law, that film?
Monster-in-Law.
And basically, she just thinks that the girlfriend is absolute crap, and she just does everything to sabotage her. But he still loves her. So, what do you? Because obviously your mum doesn't hate your girlfriend.
I don't know. I don't care. It's not the
So
problem.
you wouldn't stop seeing her because your family hates her.
No. And then she's good for me. I don't know what it is. The mother-in-law thing. Could I have problems with the mother-in-law?
But
I don't know what it is.
Think
It's
that they know
thing.
best, and she's telling you.
But where's your girlfriend from originally though?
Yeah, I bought her in a shop. Nah, she from here, but Caribbean.
Oh, okay. So you're not like African.
What's the difference?
Nah,
What's the
nah,
difference?
From
though?
Caribbean.
Is there a difference though?
There's a stigma there, innit?
Where are you from?
Caribbean. Both parents.
What's the
Where's your
stigma?
girlfriend from?
There is a stigma because
She's from England.
And
So
But
what do you
there's-
mean by the stigma?
The stigma, innit?
African
You know,
and Caribbean.
there's Caribbean, African,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. If that was the case, then I don't think I could because my parents go in on that one.
What if she was African?
Yeah.
And vice versa, I think.
Vice
if you're
versa, yeah.
African boy, they don't want
Yeah.
Caribbean girls. Right?
Yeah. It's a whole.
is that
I
still
see
there?
that
Yeah.
more- I see
That
more
still
as
goes on.
racism, to be
Definitely.
honest.
Serious?
It's not
Yeah,
racism,
man.
it's just culture.
It's racist. If you're saying you don't want your child to date someone because they're from a certain place
No,
in the
it's not
world,
because
I see it as racism.
it's not
that's my
racism,
opinion.
it's just
you don't understand.
it's your
them because
culture
culture.
And
it's
narrow-minded
culture.
and ignorant.
It's
and
culture,
then-
it's culture
And they want
at
to
the end of
preserve
the
their
day.
culture.
Because
it's
they.
ignorance. You don't know.
It's
nothing.
ignorance, yeah, definitely ignorance. But you know what I'm saying. At the same time, it's like they follow this
It's a tradition.
whole tradition.
Like some in
So it's
families,
like breaking it.
they want to
It'd
keep
be
their
kind of-
tradition going, and you married into another culture, whatever. It's like kind of disintegrating.
Yeah, but if he was, but these same people wouldn't mind their son. For example, say it's an African person, they wouldn't mind their son going and dating a white woman, but they wouldn't want him to date someone.
No, they wouldn't.
So how is that different? Well, like,
They would
obviously,
want- they would
no,
want-
that's the point that he was making here.
Yeah.
It's they don't want their child. If they're from the Caribbean, they won't want their child dating someone from Africa. But it's alright to go and date someone from England or white chick or an Asian chick. So that's racism against that particular place in the world. It's nothing to do with carrying on the tradition. How is carrying on the tradition
I
if
disagree. I don't think that's. I think it's with.
that's the whole stigma that he was making the point. That's what he was
What, so
saying.
you think it's okay for?
No, he doesn't think it's
I
okay.
don't know. I
It's
don't think
something
it's okay.
that's been
I'm
Have you ever tested it?
I'm just saying it.
That
That is a you know a lot of time where parents say, oh, you know, I'm not happy with you going out with this person. That is one of the things, especially in the black, community,
It is
African.
in the black
Black,
community.
but it's not just.
But
against
is it
Africans,
to
against
do with-
white as well,
Yeah,
or
no,
Indian.
it's
Yeah.
Asians as well.
But it's usually
Someone from
that's
Bangladesh
anything.
couldn't go out with someone from Pakistan. It would be war. Like,
But
you
it
know what
won't
I'm
be
saying?
such a big deal to go out with someone from a completely different part of the world. It's just because they don't like
No, I disagree
society.
with that.
It's regardless of whether you disagree or not. It's a fact that's out there. There are Africans that don't like their people dating people from the West Indies or whatever, and vice versa. So obviously,
Yeah,
if
but
they
that's
then don't mind
not
their
right.
child
That's
dating
not what I'm
someone
saying.
from England, but that's the point he was making. If they don't mind their
But I think
child
they do.
dating someone from England, then obviously
Is
you
that
don't know
what you
people
mean?
No,
that
you
do
get
that.
obviously you get people that do it, but I'm just saying.
No,
you
I'm
did
you're,
get
but no, you just make it into a Caribbean African thing. But I just think like
It was
you say
an
it's
Nah,
like,
she
well,
did go
It was an
general as
example.
well.
Expand it, yeah.
It's an
She did go
example.
general.
You get, say for example, you
I
get
feel
people
kinda
from
left out
Pakistan,
there,
Bangladesh, and whatever that don't like each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are families out there that are from the Caribbean who wouldn't want their child to date someone from Africa, and there are families out there that are from Africa who won't want their child dating someone from the Caribbean.
But you're saying they wouldn't mind them dating an Asian or white
Yeah,
person?
but then they wouldn't mind. It's because they don't like the fact that they
I don't
be
think
dating.
that's-
I don't think so.
Regardless
I
of
think
whether you
there's
think
a
it's
lot of
true or
there's
not. I
a lot
know
of African
families that like
families.
that.
You know families,
want
but
their-
I know
their
families that
kids
aren't like
dating
that.
white
That don't want them
people
dating
either.
anyone out of their
Yeah,
culture.
I'm not saying that yours doesn't exist. What I'm saying is, I know families out there that don't want their child to date someone from a certain place in the world, right? But they don't mind them dating someone from someone else. It's nothing to do with carrying on their culture. They wouldn't want them dating someone from Africa, but they wouldn't mind them dating someone from England. So how is that carrying on the culture? It's a completely different race
Maybe
altogether.
because
So therefore,
England,
it's racism against
UK,
local countries.
and Caribbean,
It's just,
I don't know, maybe there's
You know what it is? It's a
similarities
stigma
with,
between the two.
Mm.
It's just
Africans
that
Religion.
Africans feel they're, you know, who they are, and the Caribbeans feel they're who they are, and it's just
And then there's certain
there's not
places
not a
in
big mixture.
Asia, or you get
what I'm
the
saying?
Korean, the North Koreans and the South Koreans.
But then we've moved quite a lot over to whether it's just the race.
Yeah,
not just
we're
the fact-
westernised
what we're
now.
talking about is getting along. It doesn't have to be the fact that you're black, white, pink,
No, that
blue.
was just an example.
Caribbean,
That's an
African.
example. What?
It was
but
more
listen
the
to
fact
this,
that you don't get on. That one of them, you know, one of your family members, like your mummy or dad, just doesn't like that person. Could be for any reason. Okay, we discussed it, but I think we're like talking too much around that because I understand what you're saying. I agree that there is that in each, like,
Race and
yeah, in
culture.
each race, but not all races.
No, that's the whole
You
point.
know,
I
it's
was
not the
saying I don't
majority,
think it's
probably
I'm
more
not
the
saying
minority.
everybody out there doesn't like everybody out there is racist. I'm saying those people that do it, and there are people out there that do it because I know them. That to me is racism. If you don't like someone because they're from a certain place in the world, that's being racist as far as I'm concerned.
But could it?
I
But
don't want
my
you to-
my girl was saying it wasn't just racism. She said it's about having not having an understanding. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's racism. I don't really
To
believe
me,
in
I think
racism.
it's
to
being
have this,
racist.
I
I
don't
think
it's
it's being
understanding.
ignorant as
It's like
well.
prejudice.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
It's,
all
yeah,
different.
it's
It's
more
all
I
different.
wouldn't say
Yeah.
racist. I say it's
more
just-
prejudice. Yeah,
It's just
definitely more
a lack of
prejudice.
understanding.
But listen, what if your partner doesn't like your parents or your family now?
In my view, I think we should have really touched on. I think it's the mother and the father's the most important kind of elements that kind of come up in it, especially the mother-in-laws. And certain man them, they need to kind of cut the umbilical cord and concentrate on what they need to be concentrating on. They consider balancing these two elements, the mum and your woman. And if you're serious about your woman, be serious in it and show your peers and your parents that you are gonna move forward and this is your life. Like, I know in terms of I know we switched on the argument, we didn't really touch on it about the if your partner don't like your parents. I'm thinking, I don't know about that bit there. That's the only thing I was struggling on. But you know what? Let's keep it moving. Cut the umbilical cord them. Man's them. Come on.
I feel with this topic it did go a bit off a little bit, but I suppose that's what happens with debates. Overall, my personal opinion is that I would prefer my family to like someone who I was seeing, but I'm confident enough in my own mind to know whether I like somebody and whether they're good enough for me. In regards to them not liking my family, I think that's a different story because I personally think my family are fantastic, so if they don't like them, then they've obviously got something wrong with them.
I've never actually experienced that with my family and a partner to actually understand whether that would happen, and maybe I'm quite lucky because my parents are quite easygoing, but if that was to happen, I think if you really know someone already and you know they treat you well and everything's fine, why would you just want to rock it just because your mum or your dad doesn't get on with them? There must be a way that you can work things out and get them to see their differences.
When my child comes to me and says, you know, this is my partner, I've got to take it for what it is, I personally believe people have got the mind of their own, but stigma is a big factor involved these days, and it will continue and it will always continue.
I think it's just down to the individual, what you choose to do, whether your family likes your partner or not, because basically it's your relationship and your family are not around you. Your family's not going to be living with you or in your life every day probably the way that your partner would, so it's just down to you really and what you want to do.
Okay, so as you can see here, there's like a lot of different opinions. I think what the general view is that it depends on the situation itself and it depends on the person. Some people, you get mummies boys, you get guys who are very independent, you get females as well who are really like family orientated but they have their own mind. So maybe it comes down to the fact of how far you are along in the relationship, what family members don't like them, how much they don't like them. It's just a very vague subject. I think that maybe there's a lot of different factors that come into it. You're watching Controversial Minds. I'm Charlotte Pearson. We'd love to hear from you. all the information is on the screen right now, so if you can get in contact and we can carry the debate on. Thank you for watching.